I never imagined the person I carried for 9 months would one day try to kill me. My husband, Daniel, and I had spent our entire lives working hard to give our son Ryan everything we never had. We paid for his education, helped him buy his first house, and even lent him money whenever he got into trouble. But over the years, something changed. Ryan became obsessed with money. After learning that Daniel and I had saved a large retirement fund, he started asking strange questions. How much is everything worth? He would casually ask. What happens to it when you two are gone? At first, I ignored the comments. He was our son. Surely, I was overthinking. I wish I had been. One weekend, Ryan suggested a family trip to a beautiful mountain overlook. It'll be good for us, he said with a smile. The place was breathtaking. Tall cliffs overlooked a deep valley below. The wind was strong and the view stretched for miles. As we stood near the edge, taking photos, Ryan stepped behind us. Then everything happened in a second. Alsadan shav. A scream. The ground disappeared beneath my feet. Daniel and I plunged down the rocky slope. Branches scratched my skin. Sharp rocks tore at my clothes. I thought we were going to die. When we finally stopped, I was barely conscious. My leg burned with pain. Above us, I could hear Ryan shouting. Then silence. I turned toward Daniel. Blood covered part of his forehead. His eyes opened slightly. With the last bit of strength, he whispered, "Pretend we're dead." I didn't understand at first. Then I realized Ryan was waiting to make sure we wouldn't survive. So I stayed completely still. Minutes felt like hours. Eventually, footsteps moved away from the cliff. Ryan believed he had succeeded. As soon as we were sure he was gone, Daniel used his phone, which had somehow survived the fall, to call emergency services. Rescue teams arrived nearly an hour later. Doctors said we were incredibly lucky. A few feet farther, and the fall would have killed us instantly. While we recovered in the hospital, police investigated the incident. Ryan told everyone it was an accident. Unfortunately for him, the truth had already been captured. A tourist standing nearby had recorded part of the overlook on his phone. The video clearly showed Ryan looking around before deliberately pushing us. The footage shocked investigators. Days later, Ryan was arrested. When police we had loved escorted him for decades was gone long, he refused to look at the cliff. Months later, Daniel and I returned to the overlook. The same wind blew across the valley. The same cliffs stood before us. But this time we were afraid. We held hands and looked toward the horizon. Ryan had tried to silence his betrayal us forever. Taught us something priceless. Sometimes the people who hurt you most are the ones closest to your heart, but surviving them is the greatest victory of all.